G'day, Warrior fans! Welcome back to day 3 of Crookedstar. We're jumping ahead a bit in the book. Crookedkit left the clan to go and speak with StarClan at the Moonstone. But before he can get there, Mapleshade visits him in a dream and tells him there's no reason to visit the Moonstone, because she can visit him in his dreams anytime they need to speak. Of course she doesn't want him going to StarClan, because she's not a StarClan warrior. She's from the Dark Forest. So he doesn't go to the Moonstone. Instead, he meets some cool barn cats, Fleck and Mitzi, and her kits. He really likes spending time with them. They're kind to him and see past his broken jaw. He's needed there. He stays with them for about a moon, but Mapleshade is very upset with him, challenging his loyalty to the clan. She tells him that he must return home. He knows he needs to, but he's not ready yet. The scene that my sister Rachel's going to be drawing today is of Crookedkit saving Mitzi's kit Soot from the blades of the corn cutter. I'll read you this scene now. It's on pages 100 through 105 of Crookedstar's Promise. Sunshine glared on the farm track as they headed towards the cornfield. The crest of the hill cut into the blue, cloudless sky. The hedgerows spilled over the verges, blousy with fading lushness, while the corn looked dull, its golden sheen dusty. Crookedkit's ears twitched. A strange noise stirred in the hot air. He dropped his mouse and stared at the track. What's that noise? Rumbling sounded in the distance. Fleck halted, nose twitching. Smells like the farm monster is working already. But all the monsters are in their den. Fleck dropped his mice. Harvest! Pelt spiking, he raced away. Crookedkit stared in surprise at Fleck's abandoned fresh kill. What's harvest? He called. His pads pricked nervously as he smelled fierce scent in Fleck's wake. They are cutting the corn! Fleck yelled back. Horror gripped Crookedkit. He shot after his friend, grit crackling beneath his paws. Fleck stopped abruptly at the edge of the field. Crookedkit skidded to a halt beside the bristling tom and stared wide-eyed into the cornfield. A huge scarlet monster was traveling through the corn, sucking up the golden stems and spewing lumps from its hindquarters. Shorn stumps lay in swaths behind it. Mitzi! Fleck's mew was filled with terror. The kids! Crookedkit charged forward, pelting down the path and clearing the ditch in one leap. He shot through the hedge with Fleck on his tail and charged into the corn. The monster rumbled towards them, heading straight for Mitzi's nest. Crookedkit heard mewling as he neared the hollow. He burst into the small clearing. Mitzi stood, eyes wide, Piper dangling from her jaws. Crookedkit looked into the nest. Magpie sat in the middle, wailing. The monster's coming! Fleck exploded from the corn. Where are the others? Mitzi tucked Piper between her forepaws. I've taken Miss to the ditch, she told them. Soot ran into the corn. Her green eyes glittered with terror. I'll find her. Crookedkit glared at the rumbling monster. He could see its blood-red head advancing over the corn. I'll take Magpie. Fleck leaned over the nest and plucked up the mewling kit. Which way did Soot go? Crookedkit demanded. I didn't see, Mitzi gasped. Magpie stabbed his paw towards the corn. That way! Crookedpaw dived among the stems, nose twitching. He sneezed as dust filled his nostrils. Achoo! The stench of monster swirled around him, its rumble now a roar as it pounded down the field. Soot! He yowled, he pricked his ear, and then flattened them as the roaring monster blasted his fur. Opening his mouth, he tasted the air. A faint fragrance of soot lingered. He hesitated for a moment, and then plunged deeper into the corn. With a rush of hope, he spotted a tiny track through the stems. He followed, heart pounding. It was leading straight towards the monster. Soot's scent was stronger now, laced with fear. Crookedkit weaved onwards, following the bent corn stems. The monster was howling so loudly, Crookedkit could only hear the blood roaring in his ears. He glanced up, gasping as he saw the giant red body, barely a tree length from him. Gigantic claws swirled at its chest, tearing the corn up and scooping it into its gaping mouth. Help! Soot's squeal shrilled against the roar. The kit's black fur was just visible in the golden corn. She was 3 tail lengths away, the monster bearing down on her with a roar. Breathing fast, Pelt brushed up, Crookedkit leaped into the air. Landing beside Soot, he grabbed her scruff and pelted onwards through the corn. The stalks whipped his face. He tasted his own blood as it wailed on his muzzle. Pain jarred his jaw as he clasped hard on Soot. He fought panic as he heard the monster claws whirring in his ears. He leapt again, Soot pressing against his chest as he flung himself clear of the monster's path. Stumbling to a halt, he felt wind tug at his fur and the ground shook beneath him as it passed. He lay trembling for a moment before he let go of Soot. She crouched quivering beside him. As the monster rumbled away, paw steps crunched on the bitten stalks. "Are you okay?" Fleck ducked down beside them. The farm cat's eyes were wide. "Yeah," Crookedkit panted. "Let's get her to the ditch before the monster comes back." Fleck picked up Soot and waited for Crookedkit to stagger to his paws. "Did it hurt you?" Crookedkit licked the blood from his nose. "Didn't touch us," he breathed. Soot wiggled in Fleck's jaws. "Crookedkit saved me," she squealed. Crookedkit frowned at her. "Next time, stay with your mother." He followed Fleck back through the path that the monster had cut through the corn to the edge of the field. Squeezing underneath the hedge, he padded trembling out to the other side and saw Mitzi huddling with her kits close to her. A purr shook her as she saw Soot in Fleck's jaws. The farm cat placed the kit in its mother's paws. Crookedkit reached her just in time. Mitzi stared at him, eyes glowing. "You saved my kid," she whispered. Crookedkit was shaking too hard to reply. "You really are a warrior." Mitzi leaned forward and licked the blood from his muzzle. "You could have been killed," Fleck grunted. Crookedkit glanced over his shoulder at the monster still prowling the cornfield. What if something like that threatened his clan? I need to go home," he murmured. "But you're safe now," Fleck reassured him. "The monster won't come this side of the hedge." "I'm not running away," Crookedkit swallowed. "I've finished running away." He knew he had to go back and become a warrior. This life wasn't his destiny. It couldn't be. He was glad he'd saved Soot, but that was just the beginning. He was destined to be great. Not a great farm cat, but a great warrior. Maybe the greatest warrior ever. He didn't care if his clan thought he was too small or too ugly. He would make them see that his heart was still as brave as any of them, and as loyal. He dipped his head. "I'll never forget you," he promised. He was finding it difficult to swallow, especially with Soot, Mist, Magpie, and Piper gazing at him with enormous eyes. "I wish I could stay forever, but I don't belong here. I'm a clan cat," he whispered. "I have to go home." I really liked Crookedkit's little adventure away from the clan, and I think it really helped him to grow. I'd love to hear in the comment section down below what you think about Crookedkit's time away with the barn cats. What do you think would have happened if he'd stayed with them and not returned to the clans? What would have become of RiverClan without him there? Let me know what you think down below. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure to go and check out the video over on the side of my last speed paint, and click that subscribe button so you can always be notified when I make my next video. Alright guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon with the next speed paint. Bye bye!